All right, everybody, big round of applause. We've got Macarena Rose in the house. Rainforest Realty, Keller Williams. Woot, woot. Big round of applause. We've got
You gotta have fun, don't you?
You gotta have fun doing this, right? If you're not having fun, it's not worth doing it, in my opinion.
So true. We always agreed on that all these years. We just need you in Belize and all would be well.
Yeah. So tell me what's cooking in Belize.
So we've been busy with emails, which is not like our normal standard protocol as people contact us on email, right? It's just that people are home. They happen to be home right now. So they have more free time. So what do? They browse the internet for all sorts of funny videos and anything uplifting, anything information wise, and their dreams. Who doesn't want to be dreaming? And interestingly, it's similar to like when I moved to Belize in 2004, people asked me why. And I said, because I won't put my life on hold. I want to go for it. Just like Nike says, just do it. So I did it. Well, now people all of a sudden are going, maybe Macarena and these people that just do it have like the golden key of how to live. We don't put our life on hold because life's precious.
Yeah, no, it's so great. Like you've been working remote for a long time, right?
Yes, and
commuting back and forth, commuting back and forth.
Let's
from Tampa to.
Yeah. Let's give you credit, first of all, before you go on that, is that you came to Belize and did training and helped so many people here to learn how to do this. And now we are, over a decade later doing that, thanks to some of the things that you implemented and you helped teach us on. So, for example, we were using Zoom before Zoom was cool. And we do remote training and we do remote, calls with clients all the time because they can't just hop on a plane anytime and come and look at property. They want to look at it before they get there. So yeah, you're right. So go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's so cool. I appreciate you sharing that. Some great memories, and definitely it's time to come back, right?
Yes.
So bring little Harrison to be able to experience some of that culture. And one thing I remember, I don't know if it's improved, is the speed of the internet connection, right? I remember trying to get on some calls before while I was there, and has it gotten better?
Oh, it's so much better. So I was literally one of the first people, a test trial to get DSL, right? That was a big thing to get off that satellite dish where you literally could connect, leave the room, go wash your dishes, do a load of laundry and come back and might have a good connection. Now we have DSL and it's just amazing.
Yeah. That's so great. And so especially people, expats, right? Like yourself are considering to move into Belize. I'm sure that they probably still have businesses in the US or other areas in the world. And they're able to operate really without a pause. If they kind of like embrace this type of lifestyle, right?
Well, and thanks to so much different technology to be able to do, voice over protocol and be able to do things of, like Skype and Zoom and FaceTime and Messenger and all of those things we never had. When I moved to Belize in 2004, there was none of that. So now we can actually really stay in touch. And, frankly, let's be honest, a lot of people forget to stay in touch. You and I have never done that. We've always stayed in touch from day one when we met in Washington, D.C. At a NAR conference. That was eons ago, over a decade, eons. And, people say, well, how do you have such great friends? And I'm like, well, you have to be a good friend.
Yeah.
So like, you and I will just reach out all of a sudden to, touch base with each other. All these people are home right now. And instead of getting like, introspective and like withdrawn inside of themselves, we'll reach out to somebody you haven't talked to in a long time and see how they're doing. And interestingly, you could like bring a smile to someone's face that might need it that day.
Yeah, no doubt. And gosh, you've definitely been there for me. So I remember the time where I was just like super depressed, right? And then we had a conversation, and I was sitting at home and I just needed to like change everything up, right? Yep. And that morning you're like, well, just go somewhere, do it, book it.
Yep.
And then that morning I booked a trip to where did I go? I flew that morning. I booked a trip to Las Vegas,
I remember.
booked it, packed my bags, went there, and then ended up getting a rental car, drove into the Grand Canyon, and it had like one of the most like spiritual journeys of my life, like hiking through the canyon, not even prepared with anything.
And what a journey you had, because oftentimes we get stuck where we are, and
Yeah.
so it's similar to you know if you have a newborn and the baby's crying, well, don't stay in the house, go outside where it's much more energy outside to release some of that. And don't forget that my daughter just went on a bike ride with her girls, right? And she's like, you know what, let's go on a bike ride, something that many people don't take time to do, right?
Yeah, no
So,
doubt.
and she literally clicked online like people are doing right now and ordered a bike to make sure she could go bike riding with her kids and had a great time. So it's really the time, I think, for people to go, okay, what's 5 things that make me happy? Because right now I'm not in control of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
What's 5 things I can do? And I give you credit because you're always authentic, and you reached out to me, and it just was an instantaneous thing. And then I reached right back out to you. But you did something with that wisdom. So, no different that you give people great advice all the time, and it's what they do with it. So, if they take the medicine or the prescription you give them and take it, it will really help their business. I'm proof positive, what, almost 12 years later, of good things you've taught me.
Thanks, Mac. Do you hear the bird in the background? The bird in the background is like, Amen. Amen. Amen.
Okay, so we have a lot of birds. You know that, right?
Yeah. Um, so tell me like, tell me some cool ways you're staying in touch with clients, right? I know that Zoom is something new and Skype's something you've been doing something a long time, but one thing that I always appreciate about you and your business acumen is you're always searching for that next thing, right? You're always looking for a way to be able to better serve your clients. And so like genuinely interested in some of the things that you're doing.
So sometimes people don't want to take a phone call and they've got their own family things going on. So I've just been sending like text messages because it's an inexpensive way to do it, even from Belize, to United States or elsewhere in the world. Or if you're in the US to US, of course, it's nothing. But just tell somebody that you're just, hey, I'm just checking in, hope everything's okay, and thinking of you through this common time that we have together, right? Because there's a commonality that we don't always have. People usually have very diverse situations and lives and things they're going through, and we actually have something very common that we're all going through together.
Yeah.
And if one thing that can help bring people together is realize that we're always more similar than not. And now currently we have a similar situation that we can all appreciate, that we need to be there for each other. So if
Yeah.
it's just a hello, if it's just I'm just thinking of you,
Yeah.
but you got to mean it. You got to mean it. So
Right.
I'm going to challenge anybody watching that if you don't mean it, going, hey, I'm just checking on you, don't send it to people, because they don't need that right now. We need authenticity.
Yeah.
We need people that care. And even if it's just saying, I'm just saying hello,
Yeah.
that's it. But think about, before you send it, that you mean it. So don't send it to someone you don't mean it to.
Well, no, it's interesting you say that because I've gotten some text messages over the day where it's I'll get the email signature, right? Do you know what I mean? The email signature.
Don't
The
do
phone
that.
number and the website. I'm just like,
Don't do that.
I love you. But yeah, yeah, that can wait. Just
I
hi,
love
how are
you.
you? Hi, how are you is good enough, right?
I love you. Kind regards, Joe Smith, WWW. Yeah, no,
Right.
it's not the same thing. Not the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. Um, that's cool.
Another way is that even if you get really good tips of what to do right now, for example, texting clients, or a certain way that if something you figured out how to do something that makes your day better. Or if you got kids at home, so a lot of parents are doing the bear hunt. They're putting the kids in the car, and the neighbors are putting teddy bears in their windows. And what a fun thing, dude, to get online with your Facebook group or your group or your neighborhood. There's lots of different programs out there, and actually do a bear hunt. You know what I'm talking about? Do
I've
you?
heard the song like going on a
Going
bear
on a
hunt,
bear hunt.
but I
I
don't know if
got
I've been on.
my
I don't know.
binoculars. Sing with me. I got my binoculars.
I don't know. I don't know.
Swish, swish, swish. So no, but those are fun things because your children are going to get stressed and they're going to feel those things. So they're only going to be as smooth and calm as you are. So if you're afraid or concerned, go to the bathroom, shut the door, and say that to yourself and take care of it. Then come out and be the parent that we have to be, and go, hey, we're going to go on a bear hunt. So, but there's little things like that that people are doing together. They're writing chalk on their driveways for people to pass by with notes. And it's just really neat to watch some of the things that people are doing that get us out of our mindset of going, oh my God, what are we doing? Well, what we're doing is we're figuring out how to get through it
Yeah,
together.
yeah, no doubt. What do you think? Like, what? This is kind of a weird question, right? But
Can't
like,
imagine from you.
what?
Do go ahead.
What scares you right now? Like, what do you like? What like? And not to not this isn't about like fear or anything like that. This is like for about other people who are having difficulties with this, right? Um, like either they feel like their business they can't adapt to this new business, or they've waited too long to figure out the technology to be able to connect with folks, or that even social media, right? When you get so trapped in social media and you can't pick up the phone and call, like you feel really isolated, right?
That's true. So I would have to say, right off the cusp of what would frighten me, is that people forget to put positivity into their day somehow, some way. Now,
Mm,
the reason I say that is that there's news, there's social media, there's family, panicking. There's all of these people doing these things and people not taking it seriously and still going out and about. Not a good idea. But anyhow, so what scares me is people forgetting to put in that positive juju that we need somehow, some way, every single day. And the reason is it's no different to me like the analogy of if you have a bank account and you constantly withdraw, 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 and you don't put a deposit in, you're
mm.
going to be zero. So let's say you watch an hour of news, somehow, some way, you better put an hour of good music playing in the background, Bob Seger, whatever kind of music it is. Put that good yummy into it. Take time to look outside that there are birds, there are birds talking to you, and that there is
My birds
something.
don't talk back.
No, no, they don't. Sorry
I
to poor
gotta,
pal.
I gotta, I gotta. This is my bird. That's my
Okay,
bird.
so that bird is not a happy bird.
I know. I know. This is the. Yeah.
Okay, that's better. That's
Actually,
better.
I do have Alexa with me.
Oh, okay. So she could do a happy bird
What
song.
in the
Huh?
bleep was that? Shut the front door. Say that one more time, please.
Shut the front door. So no, but do you get the analogy of what I'm saying, like the bank account? So in other words, if you're gonna watch an hour worth of news, somehow you've got to also put an hour of positivity. It's no different than, I had several different kids in my house at one time growing up,
Yeah.
quite a few of them. And so they would say something as young girls would do. They'd be like, oh, look at that girl, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, and they would be like, and she has beautiful eyes, or she has beautiful hair, or I bet she's a beautiful, kind person, and she has a good heart. So in other words, you got to somehow cancel that out. So I think that would be my challenge, is that people come from scarcity of their mindset of going to put anything positive in. So keep putting something yummy in somehow, some way.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt.
Ta-da!
It just makes me think about like just how I'm adding positivity in my life. Like one of the things that I'm making a habit of right now that I didn't really used to do before, but I kind of just like this,
Okay.
is doing one of these conversations first thing in the morning, right?
Yummy.
Because I mean, it's 6 a.m. right now where I'm at. Right? It's 6 a.m. I'm starting my day with you, Mac, and I like, like this is like rocket fuel. Like, you imagine like what I'm gonna be able to do after this because of it's part of my positivity, right? Like I could be on Facebook right now scrolling through and seeing kind of what other people saying, or looking at the news, or looking at the coronavirus stats and seeing how they're increasing, or looking at the legislation that's trying to be passed that isn't being passed, or looking at how leaders are kind of like not paying their people during these times and all that stuff, right? But this is so real and this is so authentic that I just like I can go about my day and just crush it, right? Crush it in a way that's meaningful to be able to support people. So thank you for giving me your gift of your time and your
Absolutely.
friendship. So
Absolutely.
great. Um,
Always.
so
So go
cool.
do positive today. I know you will.
And everybody else too, go kill it.
Go kill it. Do something positive. What's your one thing you're going to do that's positive?
Yeah.
And it's similar to, it says that in a crisis, like basically the tough get going, right? So a crisis doesn't build character. It actually reveals it.
Mm,
So what are you doing that's revealing your character?
yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I like that.
Just for you.
Well, if I could give you a hug, I would, but it kind of like I probably like this thing would fall apart.
All right, let's go on a bear hunt. You ready?
All right.
Got my binoculars. We could do a virtual bear hunt.
Hey, that's we'll have to figure that one out. A little virtual.
We can do it. You
All
and
right.
I can figure out anything.
Well, I appreciate you joining me this morning, Mac.
Of course.
Wish you and your family the best during this tough time, and I know you'll make the most of it. We'll chat.
Lots of love to you, Doug.
We'll definitely chat again soon.
May the rest of your day be the best of your day.
All right, love you, Mac. Everybody, round of applause. Macarena, run!